So Solar Settlers is an interesting little card game that was introduced to me by Richard Fogey. It's pretty like simple visually. And so far I've only played the tutorial and one round of it, but it looks like the game actually like it starts very simple and then it unlocks more cards and more challenging situations over time. So as you play it, the game gets more interesting and more difficult. So this is only my second real round of the game that we're joining here right at the outset. Okay, so the idea of the game is that you've got a solar system here represented by this field of cards. You start with your initial colony here, which this is a new one for me. I think the first time I played, I had a colony that had a built-in settlement to it, and this time I don't have that. To the north, call it north, I don't know. We've got Water World. To the east, we've got a Jungle World. And then I've got cards down here, which are improvements that I can build in various places. So I've got 3 settlers and only 2 oxygen to to keep them alive. So right off the bat, I've got a problem I gotta solve. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'll send a guy over here. Now, when you've only got 1 guy on a world, he'll do the first thing. If I put 2 guys on a world, they'll do the second thing. And you notice this jungle world is actually more productive in oxygen if I only have 1 guy there. So I'll tell that guy, oh, first I gotta explore a sector. Every time you move, you get a chance to explore if you've got a nearby sector that's open. So, okay, there we go. So I'll move him here, and he can get 3 oxygen, and then I can move these 2 guys up there if I want to get more oxygen. But, okay, one other thing about this world that I've got is that in the first time I played, my central tile was always generating a person every round. This time I actually have to keep a person here to generate new people. So this guy's going to give me a card. So I could go make, I think between this guy making 3, yeah, I think this guy's going to make enough oxygen to keep my dudes alive. So I'm going to have him make oxygen. I'll have this guy make a new person. Oh good, I get to use him immediately. That's great. So I guess I'll send him up here so that these guys, can make both oxygen and fuel. And fuel is what it costs to move my guys around. Okay, so I've used all my guys. Now I want to build a metropolis somewhere on a non-gas world. This one's really useful. Okay, that's a gas world. Okay, so the goal of this game, I should tell you what the goal of the game is. The goal of the game is to get as many people into these little habitations as I can. Oh, wait a minute. That was my goal last time. Is that the goal this time? I'm still figuring this game out. Okay, it looks like it says my goal. Oh, so upgrade 3 planets to get this reward. But so I think my goal is still to get 8 people settled. I think that's still the goal. So that means when somebody's settled, that means they're taken out of play and they're put into one of these little habitations. There's no habitations out here yet, so there's nowhere I can settle them. But eventually I want to get 8 people settled into habitations like this. So that means first I have to find habitations in my hand, play them out here, and then feed guys into them. And I think I only get like 12, or looks like here, 11 rounds to do it. So I've done everything I can with my guys. Do I want to build something into these places? Okay, so an orbital lab can be built in open space. And I can use it to generate oxygen and more cards. Or I can also use it to generate more people. But it costs metal. So, okay, so I'll need to get some people on this rock world to be making metal. I can put this on any non-gas world. But I need the metal that's here. And this water world has been... Well, you know what? I can make fuel here and here. That's the main thing this water world is for. So yeah, maybe... Oh, I can't afford it because I need lots of metal. Okay, never mind. Hey, Dan31. Yeah, we're doing a Sunday stream today. Jungle world. This gives me defense. I need to need less oxygen before I can put that there. I can put this on a water world, and it basically means that instead of getting free cards... You know what? That I think I'm going to do. Okay, so I've just improved a planet, so I've made progress towards that goal. And now instead of doing the normal thing a Waterworld does, which is give me a free card when I use it with a single colonist, now it's giving me another colonist. So I've got 2 places here that can give me more colonists. That's good as long as I can get habitations for them. If I just keep adding colonists willy-nilly, they're going to require so much oxygen to keep them alive that I won't be able to maintain it. So I've got enough oxygen for my people. We're going to end the turn. And so I could keep adding more people, except I just don't have anywhere for them to live. So I need to explore some more, find a place where I'm willing to put down this metropolis. Then I can start feeding people into it. So I think this guy... Well, let's see here. We need some ore. So I'm going to spend some... Oh, I'm going to spend some fuel. Send some guys out here. Dan31, I'm not sure I understand your question. Which questing are you talking about? And let's see. So I'm going to make enough oxygen to keep my people alive. I'm going to send him over here. He can explore. Oh, good, another gas world. That's good to know. Except, no, I can't. Incubation. Oh, this. Okay, if I put this on a gas world, prod means it happens every turn no matter what I do. It's just going to keep feeding me people, and that's going to be a disaster for me. So I don't want that. So I'm going to save that until I'm ready for it. So I've got 5 fuel left. Well, I'm going to have more once these guys start into action. So maybe I think I'll send this guy exploring. Lots of open space, man. Well, you guys make some metal. Okay, so now we can afford to build this metropolis. I guess we can also afford that. Okay, so I've just made that into an orbital lab. So this guy could... So if I have 2 people here, they can make oxygen. But since I've only got 1, I can make fuel or another person. I don't want more people right now, so I'm just going to have him make some fuel. Oh, Dan31 was asking about the work I was doing. So yeah, no, the missions that I needed to script, I got them nice and scripted, and because I don't really run my game at home, I didn't test them at all. So I've got this huge, they were some of the most elaborate missions I've ever made. Huge elaborate missions. I have no idea if they work, so I'll try them out on Monday when I head back into the office. Epic Sakura, you are not late. I've just barely started this game. This is Solar Settlers, which is a space colonization card game. Okay, so I need to stop needing this jungle world so badly so that I can place this habitation down, because it'll give me defense, and I need defense. Defense is what allows you to explore. So I've got so many open spaces here, I'm not getting enough worlds. So I need to be able to explore these places that are defended by hostile forces. But to explore them, I need to hit this level of defense capability, and I've got defense 0 right now, so that's not going to work. Alright, so I've got barely enough oxygen for my people. That's not going to work too well. Okay, so I can put this on a rock world to generate metal, and it's got habitation. And it can generate more metal with just 1 person. Yeah, this seems good. So I'm going to put a mining colony here. And then one of these guys... I think I'll settle one of these guys. And then the other one can make metal for me. This guy, I want to explore that spot. Do I need to move him twice in order to let him explore? I guess maybe I do. Well, I guess I can... Okay, a second jungle world. That's useful, because... There, oh, look! I just unlocked an artificial world, which is free, and it can generate oxygen and fuel, and it gives me more defense. See, I've only got 2 defense, which means I still can't go to any of these places, but this will give me 1 more. Yeah, that's pretty valuable. Let's put on the open space my guy's on. So now I've got 3 defense, and so now, next time I move to a relevant place... Oh, hey, I can build a metropolis here. Okay, now it's all right for me to start getting a lot of people. So I'm going to build an incubation chamber in one of my gas worlds. This can be going to start feeding people in, and right now I've got almost the ingredients that I need in order to win this game. So, because I got 1 person settled here, and whoa, choose a goal. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm not sure what it's saying here. Gain 6 oxygen, cost 3 metal. I've already got an orbital lab, right? That's basically an orbital lab. So yeah, so let's select this one. So you just need to gain 6 oxygen. That's it. Okay, can do that. So, okay, so that guy, he's done that. So I'm not making oxygen at a fast enough rate to make this work. So, okay, actually, I've got a guy here. What I need is 2 people here to be making 2 oxygen a turn. So, all right. So now I've made a bunch of oxygen. So good. I've got enough for 2 turns now. And I just unlocked that star base, which costs 3 metal, which I don't have. Another way to need less oxygen is to just put people away. Oh, actually, let's make another person and then send that person here. Ooh. A drifting outdated transport vessel. It doesn't respond to my hails. Let's see here. Let's grab a new card because I used a bunch. Fuel depot. Alright, that works. Oh, it's gonna make fuel every turn? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so last time I needed to retire 8 colonists. This time I need to do 9. So I think this is my goal right here. This is how I win the game. So this guy, let's just settle. And I think that's everything I want to do this turn. Can't place that anywhere. I can put this costs 3, so I need to get some metal before I can cost this one. So Dan, after 11 rounds, I lose the game. So basically, I need to do this before I run out of this. That's my main goal. Oh, I can choose a new goal. An artificial world. It doesn't cost anything. I love how an artificial world is the one that doesn't cost anything. Upgrade 3 planets. Sure, why not? Okay, so again, I need to make enough oxygen. So my jungle guy is going to keep that process going. These guys can make more oxygen and more fuel. I'm wondering if there's probably a quicker way I can make fuel and move people more quickly to places where they can settle. Because this guy can make 2 fuel or another person. Just trying to think if I can, how little I can get away with doing here. Okay, so I'm getting closer to my goal. So let's make some more fuel so we can move our people around. Ooh. Yeah, let's mine some metals. Because that will give enough give us enough metal to build this. I don't know where this belongs. How about there? So I don't know if this is just true all the time, to move 2 spaces for 1. If that just means I can do that everywhere now? Doesn't look like it. Maybe if I start here, I can move 2 spaces for 1. Alright, so I've got... I don't quite have enough habitats. I need to build a military settlement on some non-gas world. And that's going to cost some metal and some oxygen. So let's make some more oxygen. Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, I just made a person. Crap. Oh well, let's make some more oxygen. I just need to get some metal, probably over here. And that'll give me enough to build this. I'll have the capacity to win. That'll be great. So I really only need 1 more capacity. Wouldn't be... Let's see here. Wouldn't be bad to have some of this defense, though, so I can explore more areas. But I could settle somebody, 1 person to make 2 oxygen. I think that wins. So let's send 1 person up there. And I want to make some metal. And now we've got some metal. I can build a military settlement up there. Which again, now I've got more capacity than I need, but I got more defense, which is actually more what I'm looking for. So yeah, let's use ability so that I've got enough gas. I mean enough oxygen. Okay, now I got plenty of oxygen. So this guy's gonna make a person. One crewman turns into 3 metal. No thanks. Let's get a new card. Okay, so you settle. You settle. Getting close. Just got to settle 3 more. If I've got enough fuel, I could even do it pretty soon. Out of dudes. Don't think I want to place anything else here. So let's end turn. So Dan31 asks, he says, under rounds it says human. And he asks, can I be other species? I think I can. I think I've started as human. I think that's the default. But like I said, you play this card game, and then over time, like after each round is complete. So, I shouldn't say round. Actually, after each game is complete, because I think rounds are just these. The thing that I'm about to do 7 of out of 11 as rounds. So each game of this, after it's done, it refreshes and we start over, but with some new conditions. New victory conditions over here, new limits and constraints, and some new cards and a new sort of setting in which to play. And so I think that's part of what keeps the card game interesting, is that not only does each game play out differently depending on your choices, but they are constantly updating and changing the environment in which you're making these choices. And it's nice because it's... a lot of games you don't want them to be a content treadmill like that. Like you want to avoid, in a game you want to be highly replayable. You want to avoid depending on the content and the environment constantly changing over time. But in this case, like while it's a balancing effort to do that over time, like most of the like, what defines a particular instance of this game is actually pretty simple. It's a bunch of numbers, and so. They've set themselves up nicely so that the game it does lean on a content treadmill, but it's a cheap content treadmill, so it's pretty good that way. So, all right, so I only need a little bit of air to keep going at this rate. I've got my usual guy here. Let's move him, Now I can explore places that have 5 defense because I've got so many defensive areas. I'm up to 6 now. And let's just settle there. Let's make some fuel so I can keep people moving around. I got plenty of room here, so that's fine. And I've got plenty of oxygen, so this guy can probably settle. Let's get him to not breathe anymore. And do we even need any more metal? Oh, this'll... Okay, if I can install bubble pods somewhere, then that'll be producing oxygen for me regularly, which is nice. Just trying to think. I don't think I've got... Oh, yeah, there's a water world over here. Let's install some bubble pods. So I didn't install that because I wanted the space. I've got plenty of habitable space. I wanted it because it's going to be generating oxygen for me each turn. So this guy's in a... Okay, so I'm not anticipating needing a bunch more metal. Okay, so whatever advantage this gives, moved 2 spaces for 1 fuel, doesn't seem to apply when I'm doing it other places. Maybe, like I said, maybe I have to start here or something in order for that to be true. But either way, I've got plenty of oxygen, so let's make another person. And then send this guy here to settle. And I've settled enough colonists. So that was victory. So depending on what I did, I gain experience, I level up, and now I can play again. There's several advanced alien races to unlock and play. Check your progress on the unlock screen on the main menu. So now we're here, and so now Carthagos is a new starting planet, and so this one, it's constantly going to produce 1 person and 2 fuel. And so I think this one's, the last one was hindering my my rate of growth, and I had to sort of, and I had to kind of build it up. This one has got an inexorable rate of growth, and it's feeding fuel into me, which means it's expecting me to be highly mobile. So it's a whole different setup than I had before. But for now, I think I'm actually going to back out to the menu and look at the unlock screen. So I decide if I want to save. I don't want to lose any progress or have it count as a loss. But let's look at the unlocks. So human. So this is how I've done as a human. I've played 2 out of 10 games. And then once I've played those 10 games, I'll get the formids, which I think is what, ant-like guys? And then win 1 game at rank 10 or more with human to unlock. So either I rank up really fast and I can get it early, or if I just play 10 games. And then 15 games with the formids, 20 games with the Rakthun, and I don't know what the conditions of these guys, I assume, introduce new playing conditions. So, and then a new race coming soon, so they're still updating the game. But that's Solar Settlers. I mean, I could play more, but I think I've kind of given you the gist of what this game is, and so I'll probably end up playing more on my own time, or on more casual streams. But that's that game. Yeah, Dan 31. That's a nice reference.